My friends, the great experiment.
Starfleet Academy.
Hidden trick.
Would you look at that?
The greatest trick.
And you people, you're all astronauts on some kind of Star Trek.
The greatest trick.
Welcome to Greatest Trek. It's a new Star Trek podcast from the makers of The Greatest Generation. I'm Adam Pranica.
I'm Ben Harrison.
I feel like by now, by the third episode in a season of 10 episodes?
That sounds right.
It's 8, isn't it?
No, I think it's 10.
Do we
I
know?
think there's 10 of them.
It's 10! Wow. Yeah. I feel like, my point is, by the third episode, I feel like we should know what the show is.
Mm-hmm.
Not to skip to the end too much, but I don't think I do yet. I feel like this is a show that's very different.
Yeah.
Every episode so far.
Like, we've had 3 shows so far this show.
Yeah. And today's episode is Heist episode, which is a type of Star Trek episode. It turns out.
Yeah. I mean, and to your Star Trek as a place theory, if we're going to have 3 types of show in this place,
yeah,
maybe that's the math they're doing. Yeah, I mean, these episodes are so long. I feel like we're wasting our time marinating. We should throw it on the grill and stop marinating.
Yeah, let's save our thoughts for show actual, Ben. It is Starfleet Academy, Season 1, Episode 3, and it is called Vitus Reflux.
You know the greatest danger facing us is an irrational fear of the unknown.
Calicut is more than just a game.
We got a dirty-ass dorm room. These 3 pig boys that live together. Caleb, Darem, and Occam.
You definitely want the top. These aren't bunk beds, but I feel like their heights are different.
Yeah.
I would want the one that's the highest.
You know what they've done with their dorm room? They've done the dream of Cosmo Kramer. Levels.
I don't see it happening. Well, this time you're wrong.
They have done levels. God, this place looks like it sucks. I couldn't do it. I wanted to live alone so bad in college. I was miserable. My roommates ended up being lifelong friends that I still have, but God, I would have rather lived alone.
Yeah. I mean, somebody drowning you in their own urine while you're trying to sleep will bond you to them for life.
Right?
These guys seem like that's... I don't know. Are you more a Darem type? Like he's like up at the crack of fuck with the kettlebell and doing his workout in room? There's got to be a workout facility he can go to, right?
I mean, it's like anything else. I want to be a cadet Franco, but I know I am Tarima Sadal's brother or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not waking up that early to do anything besides golf.
Yeah. Darem is writing a message to his mom and dad about maintaining his standard of excellence while he is away at the academy. This is illustrated in the way he is, keeping a Mark Wahlberg style schedule. Like, he will have already had 6 holes of golf and several business meetings by the time he gets to his first class,
The one way that I do resemble Cadet Franco is the routine of the breakfast and supplements and stuff.
Are you cracking quail eggs into your Yeti?
I tend to decide on a breakfast I'm having and then have that exact same breakfast for weeks at a time and then move on to something else. Like right now I'm in an overnight oats pattern where the night before I got a little jelly jar. I put the oats and the milk in there, screw it tight. And then in the morning, that's my breakfast. That will be my breakfast for 8 more days before I tire of it. I like the rhythm of this that I'm seeing on screen, even though I'm definitely not a morning workouter. For some reason, I'm a better afternoon workouter. Are you?
Yeah, morning is hard for me to get it up for a workout. And that may just be a hangover from high school when I had to get up at 4 a.m. to do my workout.
I feel like that's the kind of mind I want to have when I do it, though.
Yeah.
Because, I want to wake up and go work out and not even be awake for it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to think about it. And then it's over.
Yeah.
Afternoon brain is very much awake.
He and Genesis might have the same kind of brain because they're both doing this. And we learn this in the hall when she kind of shames him for, oh, you're only getting up at 4? I get up at 3:30. Ooh.
Anyway, I gotta go hit the track for sprints. See you around, sleepyhead.
They both rise and grind separately. I think all signs are pointing to them eventually grinding together, right?
They're going to grind something.
Yeah. There's also the actual, like, not the stuff you do on your own time, but the actual Starfleet Academy and War College physical education class that's done in the gymnasium. And what you do in these classes is like the shuttle run and the rope climb and the furtive glance at a romantic interest.
Caleb Meir climbing that rope is the most shamed I've ever felt by a character on Star Trek.
Don't you remember climbing that rope?
I never had the rope climb.
Really?
In any school I ever went to, nobody made me climb a rope.
It's insane that there was ever a time when, like, hey, all right, class, I'm going to put down these 3/4 inch foam mats underneath a rope that goes 40 feet into the air. I'm going to be down here with a stopwatch, so don't worry about form. We're going for speed. How was that ever a thing? And yet, like, little Adam could do it, but, like, you have to be little, I feel like, to pull this off. Seeing a big person climb a rope is like a magic trick.
I mean, like, this is what those arms are for on Caleb Meir. Like, the idea that he can just do that without even using his feet is fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
Laura Thok kicking their asses and yelling at everybody must be helping, you know? Like, that's a kind of motivation that I feel like we could all use from time to time.
I'm going to say this now that we're 2 hours and something minutes into the season, into knowing these characters. I'm going to need to know some darkness to Laura Thok here in a moment. Like, I get it. Her character is comic relief. But, like, I get that note.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That note is getting played fairly often. I would like to know her on a deeper level.
Yeah. Yeah.
We learned Calica is a thing. I was not aware of Calica before this episode. Calica, the team sport that is central to your understanding of what's going on in this episode.
Yeah.
And the tryouts for the team that plays it.
We learned that Genesis is a Nepo baby and desires very greatly to be captain of this Calica team. So she's going to do everything she can to be that. But Darem is also quite keen on this. And the least keen of all of the members of this show is Caleb, who doesn't do team sports, doesn't do teamwork, doesn't care for organizations or organized things in any way.
A team sport just takes away from his pump time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I gotta get a pump.
That's it.
I get it. I mean, seems fine by Caleb. Genesis can be the captain, whatever. Not whatever is what Darem thinks. This is going to be a competition, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen this social media account, but there's a guy that goes around his college campus with pre-written Disney Channel style bully monologues that he says to people.
Wow.
And like somebody's filming him from across the quad.
Yeah.
And every time the war collegiates picked a fight with the Starfleets or vice versa in this episode, I was really picturing that Disney Channel energy.
It all starts here when Caleb catches a dodgeball in the head, pops off a kind of West Side Story type argument between factions, only without any singing or dancing.
Nobody's snapping below their waist.
No, this is a fight between theater kids.
Yeah.
Clearly. Before Laura Thok breaks it up. Ben, why is there this kind of confrontation happening on this show? Besides the obvious, besides that these are adolescents who don't have control of their tempers or whatever. Because I was just thinking back to how shocking it was after 3 seasons of fairly buttoned up professionalism and professional style arguments when Riker holds the turbo lift with Shelby inside and like they get into it in Best of Both Worlds.
Yeah.
Do you remember how shocking that felt to you in the moment?
Yeah.
Damn. You are ambitious, aren't you, Shelby?
I wanted that. Like,
let's get something straight.
you don't get to have that tension and release if it is immediately bully counter bully like this.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's unrealistic to have adolescents behave that way, but it sure seems like if you're trying to create an academy culture that aspires to the principles of Starfleet, et cetera, like I had kind of a problem with the leadership and the faculty being so instrumental in goading the kids into doing this stuff.
It did feel like this was like without Commander Kalik, none of this would have happened.
Yeah.
And I mean, Chancellor Ake also helping it along. But like, I think that's an interesting point.
To use another TNG comparison, like if the episode where Geordi tells Picard that he has a problem working with Barclay, if Picard were like, you know what you should do? You should pull his pants down in front of everyone in engineering and have Beverly record it.
Poor broccoli.
Geordi have to remind Picard, like, it's all one thing. Like, there's no, it's pants and shirt are sewed together.
Would you look at that?
Another thing that gets established in this episode, co-ed locker rooms.
If you're gonna make a show full of hard body adolescents,
Hotties with naughty bodies.
I mean, we're making the locker room set first, right?
I'm amazed that they took 3 episodes before they showed it to us, you know?
I feel the same way. Yeah.
Paul Verhoeven got a consulting credit on this.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, this is the Verhoeven shot. Pretty great.
This is the Starfleet locker room. I guess they do separate the locker rooms by which institution you've matriculated at.
It sure seems like there are wings, right?
Yeah. And the Starfleets find themselves getting beamed out of the locker room and into the atrium of the USS Athena in their whatever they were wearing. So bathing suits in some cases, nothing in Caleb's case.
Oh no, I'm buff and wet. It's so embarrassing. I've never looked better than this. I will never be younger and better looking than this.
You know, this is a streaming show. There aren't like standards and practices really. You know, it's not like this needs to be brand safe for there to be a Bosch and Lom commercial at the ad break. Like, let's see the fucking hog. Let's see what Caleb is working with. I think we all want to know.
Yeah, I could do without that. You get a lot of drops of these characters, like from height, it seems like.
Yeah.
You're flash beamed away and then you're dropped into the koi pond. You're dropped into Jet Reno's physics class. You're dropped on a stairwell. Ouch!
We learn from the Jumbotron that this is a War College prank.
Attention, Starfleet cadets. We did this because we could. And we will keep doing it. Because it is fun.
Enjoy yourselves.
This is war. Like, they are inviting the Starfleets to a prank war.
I gotta say, if the bully of my school is a team of a Vulcan and a Romulan, I'm fucked. I'm asking my parents to move so I can go to a different school.
Yeah, like when your prank war starts with like something that would be considered in many cultures to be a sexual crime, beaming you naked into the middle of a classroom.
Now, Ben, don't fight back. You got to treat your bully logically. That way they'll leave you alone. Just the worst advice.
Yeah. And I will pass it down to my son. Chancellor Ake is reviewing some advertising material that they're thinking about using to promote Starfleet Academy. I guess you need to have some students at the Academy before you can make an ad for what it's going to be like to be a student at the Academy, right?
Pretty good to know that something comes around and squishes AI generation of actors and makes it impossible to use them in marketing materials like this.
Yeah.
Be good.
Lurathok comes in and is like, ugh, this prank war is getting started, and I'm stressed about it because important people are coming around, and the prank war is going to be in full swing by the time they get here.
What's she so upset about? It seems like they should recut the video using the nudity or near nudity. Hey, Baddie, you want to come to Baddie Academy?
Look at the absolute hammer being swung by this guy, Caleb Meir. He could be a senior by the time you become a freshman.
Are you a nail? Do you want to be? Starfleet Academy. Enrollment starts in the fall.
The board of directors shows up and are like, all right, we really like what you've got going on here.
We learn here that Lurathok was a war college graduate, so she knows how these conflicts go. She's like, look, Nala Ake, you got to nip this weed in the bud. And Nala is reluctant to get involved, kind of more wanting to see how this plays out.
It's interesting because it's pretty clear from the beginning that Calric has something to do with this prank having been accomplished, because access codes would have needed to be obtained and etc. And so Lurathok is like, formal apology from the top is the only way to nip it in the bud. And Ake's counter argument is like, these are burn kids. This is an opportunity for them to have relatively safe conflict that they can enjoy and get something out of that is actually educational. I'm all for it.
It's both safe and nude.
Very clearly in this scene, the burn is being set up as a metaphor for COVID. Like, it was a dark time that all of these kids went through that fucked them up in numerous different ways. Like, the only thing that they share is that they're all fucked up by it in some way. And now things are like back to normal, quote unquote, and let's let them have a little fun.
I am ashamed to say I didn't put that together, but I think that's very clearly what's happening here. I think the thing about that is that these kids don't know any other way. It's the parents that do.
Right.
So what is really the problem? It's the way the parents and the faculty are teaching the kids. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
Right?
And Laura's like, well, they got to hear something from you about this.
That's going to sound like very Adam blames teachers right now, and that's not my point at all. My point is like, I don't think that the kids on Starfleet Academy should be babied for their experience growing up in the burn, because like, they were just like any other kid. They were just on Earth. Just because they were prevented from having a spacefaring life aboard starships, they're like, they should have kid gloves put on, and they should be, treated very gently in an academy environment. I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't know. What's up with that one like yellow guy with the orange hair and the like very dark black circles around his eyes? You seen that guy?
I don't think I've seen that guy.
Like yellow Gumby kind of looking guy.
Did you hear Prank War got the Tin Man treatment in dialogue here?
We are about to have a
Tin Man.
on our hands just as the oversight committee arrives.
I missed that detail. That's fun.
I feel like that was for us.
So the Chancellor has this idea that the prank can involve these funguses, and so they go to this, it's like a lab for growing plants, I guess, but it's like a huge...
You could call it a grow lab?
Yeah, but it's like this huge like rotating drum of plants also.
It's also got like that wall that Earth-conscious hotels have in their lobby that's like all moss.
Yeah, and somebody either has to come around and spritz it 3 times a day, or you get up close and you're like, oh, this is fake moss. Ugh, it's just a big plastic pretend plant.
You might presume that Nala Ake is going to get in there and be like, hey, kids, cut it out. We're not going to have a prank war. Instead, she's like, no, you're going to have a prank war, and you got to win it. And here's how you're going to do it. Biological warfare in the form of this plant, this Vetus reflux plant or empathy flower.
You want us to get back at them with botany?
Seriously? I don't know, guys. Do you think botany can end a prank war, or did you have other ideas?
Yeah, hit him back harder.
It is essentially that little cactus guy that you buy off of the TikTok shop that mimics the last 4 or 5 notes that you hum to it and makes a little dance to it.
It's like if the plant from Little Shop of Horrors had empathic abilities and didn't want to maybe murder you. Though that's unclear. I don't know if these plants want to murder on this episode.
I mean, they look a little murdery later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they also have a very lobby of a hotel parrot, like a bed and breakfast parrot.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. Like
there's a ton of hotel lobby stuff going on in this whole sequence.
I know, right? Can't get it out of my head.
Next thing you're telling me there's going to be a pitcher of pre-mixed pancake batter that you can pour into the waffle iron yourself.
If that's not a prank, I don't know what is. Here's the thing. The War College appears to be using past pranks as a template for their own modern pranking that they're doing. So maybe we can use that against them. If they're so unoriginal with their prank ideas, maybe this new, fresh idea, it's going to catch them way off guard, right? They're not going to know what hit them.
They don't see it coming. Jaden explains that he does not want to join the Calica team because he is like forsworn violence.
But you're on the poster, Jaden Craig. You have to participate in the A story.
He's like,
they photoshopped me into the poster to make the campus seem more diverse than it is.
Who's going to lead this team? I mean, you got to figure if you're a betting man at this point, it's going to be Genesis.
Genesis? Yes, Genesis.
Yeah, I mean, she's got leadership abilities. She's spotted Caleb for the diamond in the rough, the figure with all of the raw talent, but none of the training to be truly great at Calica. And so she stole his comm badge and signed him up for the class without his consent or knowledge.
You look at Caleb and you just are able to make some judgments, right? Probably not very athletic, probably not coordinated, definitely not the type you'd want on any team in any sport. And yet Genesis sees the potential in him. Somehow she will turn him into a proper teammate.
She knows how to motivate him. Tarima is going to be on the other teama, and it's a contact sport, my friend.
When you have Caleb and Genesis in a room full of Ralph Wiggum Academy cadets and they're talking about who they're going to want on their team, like, you don't need the other people in comparison, Caleb here. Like, we get it. You're an Adonis. Like, of course, Genesis does not want to choose from the paste eaters working on their science experiments in the room behind you.
I was looking at him in one of these shots and I was like, is he wearing jodhpurs? And then I was like, no, his thighs are just that fucking jacked. Like, his thighs are so fucking thick that he makes regular pants look like horse riding pants.
We cut to the first Calica team practice. And I'm going to say again, we don't know what this is.
No.
This is brand new. So I'm going into this thinking like, you have got to construct a new sport for the purposes of your TV show. What's that going to be like? Well, in this case, it's like shoot the flag instead of capture the flag. And there's 8 players on a team. There's a mascot. There's an alternate. And there's the very specific need for each team to have a mascot, like wearing the actual costume.
Right.
Like, think of the California chicken. Like with the giant head and the floppy body, like this is the size of the mascots on both teams.
I love we learn about it and it is described as basically laser tag. And then we cut to the actual practice being like a war is hell moment. It looks genuinely scary and fucked up. And this is just the tryout to see who is going to be the team leader, who's going to be the team captain.
It's great. I feel like most kids in high school and early college went through a paintball phase where like, what do you want to do this weekend? Like, let's go paintballing.
Adam, There was a paintball PE elective at my high school.
That rules.
I never got to do it, but I would go sit on the hillside and watch because there was like a big hill above the paintball arena that they were able to put together on my campus. And we would watch from like a bird's eye view of the paintball. And it was like the most fun thing in the entire world.
You want it to be this way when you pay for the hour and you rent the gear, but it never is. It's like, it's tractor tire and dirt and like some pallet material.
Doing it at night with like bursts of flame going off in the background to make it more atmospheric is what you really need.
Yeah, which is why I didn't quite get the horror for the cadets here. Like, so often in a story like this, everyone is scared except one person who is like way gung-ho about it and enjoying it. I so wanted that to be Jaden.
Yeah.
Like, who's working his ass off to like suppress and be stoic and do whatever. But like to have him not be able to fight through that and like be the warrior out there, I think would be really fun.
That would have been fun. So there is a very close competition between Genesis and Darem, racking up these points by getting to the end of the course and ringing a bell. And they're neck and neck.
Yeah, kind of amazing that in a future hundreds of years from now, there can be a tie if two people shoot at a target, like an actual tie. Like, really?
Yeah.
Literally, they're tied?
Like, there have to be microsecond differences that are meaningful, right?
They tie 7 times? I would check the computer.
We learn a couple of other things, like in the course of this, that we cut away to like a class and then cut back to it. So we learn that in the actual game, when you've got your gun, when you shoot somebody, it transports them into the penalty box and they have to sit out for the rest of the point. We learned that Sam can make herself impermeable or permeable. So she has a real advantage when it comes to this game because she can just run around not getting hit as much as she wants.
Incredible that she is not the best player at this game for that reason.
Yeah.
How bad do you have to be at strategy for you to play this game on like Mario who's eaten the star mode and not be the captain of this team? What is happening?
I feel like they did something very intentional in making Sam as goofy and socially awkward as she is as a character.
Because she doesn't want to lead it.
She like is implausibly the leader of anything because of her disposition. And it's not like a bad thing about her. It's just that that's not where she's going to shine.
Right.
Caleb is going to shine. He's very good, but he also doesn't follow the rules. He like jumps off a mini tramp into the air and grabs one of the combat drones and wrestles it to the ground and gets kicked out of the game for breaking with protocol.
I mean, you're allowed to shoot the drones, right? That's what they're all shooting at? You just can't touch them?
Yeah.
What's the difference? Anyway, after the match, Caleb peeps Tamira through the like upstairs gymnasium window that a lot of these schools have.
Yeah.
She's playing some solo hoops. And going to see her, he ditches Jaden to be found by a group of War College bullies. And this is that awful moment you realize that Jaden's parents told him to kill your bullies with humor as a defense strategy.
Waiter, what is this rat doing in my haute mature? Screaming.
The stand-up does not go well, Enterprise. This is pretty bad.
I was just distracted by that airless basketball. I read about this thing. This is a real thing. This 3D printed basketball that you don't ever have to pump up.
You mean the kind that will gobble up every tiny bit of gravel on an outdoor court? Like, it's probably great for cleaning outdoor courts. It's probably great for exfoliating the palm of your hand when you use it for that reason.
I'm sure it is, yeah. When you spin it on a finger, it like slips down.
Yeah, definitely an indoor ball is what this one is. And Tarima shows off how well she hoops without a person playing any defense. Instead, they're just talking about why she didn't tell him she chose War College instead of Starfleet Academy. And as they talk, it's clear this is a conversation that's really energizing her emotionally, and her neck thingy goes off during.
Yeah, he is really hurt by the fact that she elected to go to the War College, or the asshole factory, as he calls it. Hurt primarily because he felt like there was something going on between them, and he doesn't know how to interpret her going to this other school in the context of that. It's like, we're right across the quad, man. Like, it's probably going to be fine. Like, I think you'll run into each other. But she doesn't like the way he is bringing this up. Does not like being told she's going to the asshole factory. And yeah, her neck light goes from blue to red. Adam, is that bad? That seems bad.
I was going to take that as a joke question. But then I thought, we really don't know, do we? Like, what is it clamping down on in her that she has called dangerous before? You know? Like, in what sort of danger is Caleb in this moment? Because I kind of want to presume that he is in danger. She said when she can't control it,
right,
bad things happen, dangerous things.
Is it like an insulin test saying, like, you need to have a piece of fruit kind of thing? Or
she's like, you know, back home, I broke 14 pelvises before they finally put this thing on my neck. Like, I hurt a lot of people. Back on Beta Z, okay? I really need you to give me a wide berth.
And we're in a big room with nothing but hardwood floors, so like you're kind of done for if this thing. I mean, if this thing goes from red to white, look out.
Hey, cheaters don't deserve Nausicaa Latinum.
This ship and her history will shortly become the care of another crew. They will continue the voyage as we have begun. The greatest trick.
Ben, I'm not current on film and television law, so I'm going to ask you, do you have to, legally, in any scene that depicts someone playing basketball, especially a female playing basketball, do they have to do the Alien Resurrection Ripley shooting the ball over her back scene and swishing it from 50 feet shot? Do you have to do that?
I think you have to do it if the person has imputed or overt psionic abilities.
Yeah.
And that is this character, and so they do this. I wonder if they really got it the way they did in Alien Resurrection.
The thing about the Alien Resurrection shot is that it was real. Like, it had to be real.
Yeah.
It looked it utterly. You can't believe anything visual on this show. And I'm not making fun of it. I'm saying this is like 2026 on a Star Trek show. You just can't.
Like, they are never going to get Tobey Maguire to catch 15 things out of the air on a tray in a lunchroom ever again, because, like, why bother, you know?
Yeah.
Why waste the hours on set when you can just do it digitally?
Exactly.
I don't know. It looked pretty good.
It did. Yeah.
Back at prep for Calica, Occam, Tarima's brother, is named the mascot of the team because he, in every other way, sucks at the sport.
Do you think Occam shaves with an electric razor? That was so fucking dumb. I'm done, man. I'm done.
You're just done with the show? He's walking away.
That's it. Edit that out, Wynde.
How about no?
We got to do better than that. I promise I will do better than that, Ben.
We'll find a good Occam joke. Like, we have 10 episodes, you know?
I guess in that way, you have to start somewhere, and that's where we started. It's so shameful.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, other Star Trek shows look up to us.
I know.
And we do that shit.
I don't think we deserve it when this is the game we're bringing. We'll find who deserves being captain with the game they're bringing. We get a heads-up target shooting competition to see who's best. Darem uses the dirty trick of talking to Genesis about some personal shit while they're doing this to get under her skin and best her in the shooting competition. But hey, that's all in the game, baby. You use anything you can to win when it comes to Calica.
Yeah, are you a Calica or a Calicant? Could be something that could be said there too.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at the quips.
Pulling out of the nosedive here.
Oh, I pulled up too hard. My wings broke off.
Nobody is happy for Darem except for the extras. I loved this shot of like 6 people we've never seen before, like parading him around the quad, folding chair.
Yeah. This is called the captain's chair. This is something I saw happen to you at your wedding.
I know, yeah.
This is great. Hey, let me ask you about that. I've never sat in a chair and had it lifted up this way. You have.
Yes.
It seems to me like it would be like crowd surfing, where like it looks like it would be fun until you do it, and then as you're doing it, it's a little terrifying because you're so dependent on someone not fucking up and dropping you. Like, how much of it was fun versus how much of it was scary?
It's an even 50-50. If you are a dude with any upper body strength at a function in which somebody is likely to get hoisted on a chair, you have to like...
Yeah, bad time to go hit the punch bowl.
Yeah.
You know?
Like,
I need you on that chair, dude.
You have to be on standby. Like the second Hava Nagila comes on, you're like, okay, like I got to take off my jacket and loosen my necktie and roll up my sleeves a little bit and be ready for this shit.
That's just it. Not all families have people of strength. And you're really desperate for those people in that moment.
You really are.
No, Dad, not you, man. Look, I love you, but no.
Not until the MRI results come back, okay?
Doug. Yeah, man. Doug. Come on.
Doug is drunker than I've ever seen him, and I'm still trusting him over Dad. So the celebration is cut a little short because these war college kids have gone and made a very insulting fan edit of the promotional video for Starfleet Academy, and they're beaming it right onto the quad. And Captain Darem is so mad that he steps to the Romulan and the Vulcan ringleaders and challenges them to a game of Calica.
You don't just turn down something like this.
Yeah. It's on, baby.
I wonder if this is a little meta, you know, like in the original commercial for Starfleet Academy. I'm talking about the in-universe one that we saw in Nala Ake's quarters. Is like, that's nice. Everyone's happy. It's perfect and beautiful. And this is like, derp, 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 derp. Like, I wonder if it's a little freeing as, you know, a group of professionals putting together a creative project like this to go like, we're going to make fun of us in the show so you don't have to.
Yeah.
And if that's what energizes this at all.
I like that as an idea. Like, take the piss out of the criticism by trying to be our own harshest critics in writing that moment.
You can't throw piss on me. I'm pissing on myself. Pissing right now. Asshole. Can't stop me from pissing.
Calric shows Nala Ake into his tea vault.
I wanted to believe that this was just his quarters, and we're seeing the contrast between how she lives and how he lives.
Okay, yeah.
But he does keep a lot of tea there.
He really has a fetishistic approach to the way he prepares tea and serves it, and wants her to stir her tea the way he would approve of.
Out of all the fetishes available?
Pretty pretentious teasman. I mean, I guess he seems to know his shit, but...
What do you think the difference is between the pretentiousness of enjoying something like this and someone who wants to like introduce you into the apex appreciation of it? I was thinking a lot about how this scene is coded, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy's supposed to suck. He's a total drip, and the way he enjoys tea is bad and specific. But like, I like people who are enthusiastic about their thing.
Yeah.
And yet there's something very dislikable about the way this guy enjoys it, and I can't quite figure out why that is.
I think it's that, like, she also enjoys tea and, like, knows how she likes it, and he does not care how she likes it. He wants her to do it the way he does it.
But the thing that's difficult about Nala in this scene is that it's not just a person having their own opinion about how to enjoy tea. It's a person putting bare feet up on all the furniture and who clearly walks around campus wearing sort of a half of a shoe, and that shoe half is on top of her foot. And that, like, her entire personality is the way that she sits on furniture to a large degree. Like, yes, I want her to be able to enjoy the tea the way that she wants to enjoy it, but because she's also kind of behaving childish in his company, it sort of takes away a very, like, realistic and understandable way of appreciating tea in your own right. Like, I just don't think you need all the distractions of her as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I see her as a character who is, like, at the far extreme of being relaxed about shit versus him being at the far extreme about being up his ass about shit.
I think we got close to talking about this before. If you live forever, you don't really have to take anything too seriously, right? And that's just how she is for that.
I mean, she does take some things seriously. Like, she's here to ask him, like, why are you putting your thumb on the scale in the prank war? Like what's your goal? And he's like, my goal is to, like, dominate and make my students as dominant as they possibly can be in every aspect. And I will help them do that because that's what I see my job as being.
Oh, you're saying tea is like a metaphor? Like, and the way they enjoy it in their different ways? Are you saying this is suggestive of their style of educating?
I'm just saying maybe.
Hey, we don't know that yet.
Yeah, we'll see, you know.
In the lunchroom, the cadets strategize a response to what happened in the quad, and Darem is shocked that Caleb doesn't want to fight back head on. Look at you. You look like a fighter. Why don't you want to join the fight? What he shouldn't be shocked about is how Genesis holds a grudge against Cadet Franco for bringing up family shit as a way to get the upper hand in an argument, Ben, which is about the lowest and worst thing a person can do.
Yeah, she doesn't particularly care for that being the way he became the, like, moral leader of their squad.
Yeah.
It doesn't really seem like she's in for their fight against the war collegians. And yet, when they turn the atrium into a makeshift Calica arena, Genesis does show up because she's a team player at the end of the day.
Genesis is not forbidden in this scene.
No.
Fuck. I'm having a bad show, dude. That's 3 times. Look, I'm swinging, taking the bat off my shoulders.
Hey, listen, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Adam.
Yeah. Wayne Gretzky said that.
About baseball.
Yeah.
The greatest trek is yet to come.
I love the redress of the atrium for this. This is fun.
I think that this is, like, low-key one of the strengths of this show is taking a set that we've now seen in a bunch of different ways and making it seem a whole different way.
Yeah.
There are smack-talking mascots and
a Jock Jam soundtrack.
Yeah.
Come on, Jeff Russo. I see what you're doing here.
You need to be careful what you wish for.
Darem is immediately out after basically pitching the strategy as being like, I'll go get the flag. You guys just cover me.
I was shocked by this. I was genuinely surprised about that.
I was even more shocked that they didn't turn this into Genesis, like, emerges as the clear leader the second he's out of the game. No, she's out too.
This is an absolute boat race that the War College does all over the academy. They go up 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, and in the 4th game, Cadet Franco gets penalized by punching that Vulcan in the War College. You're not allowed to do that. It's shooting only.
Yeah. And I guess the, like, AI referees don't care for that, so he gets benched.
During the timeout, they gotta do something different, right? Like, they're getting their asses kicked. They're getting their chronometers cleaned.
Mm.
You need to come up with a new plan.
The new plan involves Sam, and it also involves shooting a bunch of replicators that line one of the walls. I was ready for these replicators to just show up at the penalty booth because that's what these guns do.
If we put together, and by we, Wynde, if like the very first character FX of this show is for Sam, but it's all I am Sam dialogue and music, no one would get it, right? Do you remember any dialogue or music from that movie? That would be bad.
Hard to overstate the cultural impact I Am Sam hasn't had. It's had an Avatar-like impact on the culture, Adam.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with a different idea.
Yeah, we'll come up with something.
Yeah, always do.
Anyways, they smoke up the room by killing those replicators, and the War College guys think that what has happened is Occam, the mascot, has wandered out into the middle of the arena, but it's actually Sam in disguise. And this allows Starfleet to go shoot the target over the Mugatu mascot and put the score to 3-1. It's not going to be a shutout.
I think the Mugatu mascot is very fun. I also think the Lapling being the Starfleet mascot is incredibly cool because that's the Lululu thing.
Yeah.
Lululu.
Lululu has been a thing for a long time. Lululu's not new.
I wish it looked a little more hand puppety. Like, I don't know exactly how you make something look hand puppety when it's a person in a costume.
If you took the Lapling hand puppet and you put it in the same garden as the Sulu handjob plant, what do you think happens there?
I mean, I think Lapling is getting serviced by that plant.
I think that's fairly obvious.
The plant is going loo, but it means something else.
If you really want to satisfy your lover while you're down there, forget about the alphabet. We're talking about loo. Okay?
Yeah.
Try it.
Don't spell your name.
No.
That's kid shit.
Yeah. Loo. We'll make a believer out of you.
Cadet Franco is pretty upset that this tiny little win that isn't even, going to be replicable and isn't going to win them the entire match has come not from him, but from Genesis. And in a fit of pique, he quits the team. And then Laura Thok and Jet Reno show up to yell at everyone.
Yeah.
What in the sweet name of Kronos is this?
And they get hauled in front of the Chancellor, who does not get up. Don't get up. You're in your pajamas.
Is she injured? It felt like she got up from one seat and got into another in a way that, like, I occasionally feel some back pain, like kind of resembled a ouch situation.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
Warp Core pajamas.
Yeah.
Yet another item you will never find on a merch store at Star Trek HQ.
You don't think so? I felt like this episode in particular felt like they were making up merch items just left and right.
Let's call up Van Sitters and see.
Yeah. We got a manufacturer ready to go.
Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice.
Oh, went straight to voicemail again.
Ake's lecture is about getting it together and seems very much on the surface like it is about knock it off with your fucking prank war. And very confused, they walk out, and in the hallway, some workers go by with some fun guys.
God, that was good. That was good as hell.
It's those plants from before.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait a minute. Maybe the Chancellor was actually telling us not to not prank the War College, but to prank the shit out of the War College.
But to not prank.
Yeah. But with empathy.
Sure. Yeah.
What does pranking with empathy look like?
We're about to find out.
Cadet Franco isn't hearing back from his mommy and daddy with all these letters he's been writing them. He takes his iPad to the Genius Bar, which is Tig Notaro, to ask why no replies to any of his emails. And the answer is far more sad than you need to reset your Wi-Fi.
You know what? It's fine. The problem must be on the other end.
Yeah, that happens.
Ben, what did this feel like when you went off to summer camp? I feel like you could give us some real insight here.
You know, my parents were sending me like very carefully wrapped baked goods and shit. I'd be gone for a week and I would get like 3 care packages. I was their special boy, Adam.
Now, this cake is for Benjamin, not the other campers, okay? He doesn't have to share if he doesn't want to.
Interesting scene, because in talking to him about how you learn who your people are by who shows up for you, we learn that Jet Reno and Laura Thok are an item.
Yeah.
Jet Reno is at the academy because Jet Reno showed up for Laura Thok and vice versa.
A lot of fun and games happening this episode, a lot of laughs, a lot of pranks or whatever, but like a very serious moment happens here. That whole like you can't convince someone to love you thing that Jet says. Like, how many adolescents need to hear that in the strongest possible terms?
Yeah.
As they go through middle school and high school. Like, I think a main source of agony growing up is the, I like this person, why don't they like me? I need to try as hard as possible to make them like me, when you cannot convince someone to do that.
And it seems like every piece of media is lying to you about that. Like, it's all hold a boombox up over your head out their window in the middle of the night, and that will convince them, you know?
It is always ever going to be the type of person that people want to be with, and things will sort themselves out. Michael Che just said this on a podcast I was listening to. He's like, Lorne Michaels gave me this note very early on, and it was like, stop trying out. You've made the show. And that feels like this advice that Jet's giving Cadet Franco here too. Like, you're here. You've made it.
Yeah.
So what is this energy?
Well, it convinces him. Cadet Franco wants back onto Team Pranko. But Genesis is not convinced.
How did it take that long?
So he has to kind of convince her, and like he did her wrong by using something that she confided in him against her, and so he gets vulnerable in this moment and tells her about how much his family sucks and what pieces of shit his parents are, and also takes a step back. He says, look at you. You're captain now.
I'm only going to tell you this once.
That is now your chair, Captain.
From here, we get a very heist film visual language happening. We get the prepping for the heist scene. Like, we get some voiceover as the action is happening. That's always very fun in this genre.
I think that heist movies have trained me to expect this sequence to be a lie. You know, like,
I agree.
We see the heist being carried out the first time they describe it, and it goes great, and then we actually do it, and everything goes left. I thought they did a really nice job of making this not exactly that.
Yeah.
We are hearing about the elements of the prank and like how they're going to do it, and also cutting back and forth in time a little bit, but it is not like the Italian Job where you're led to believe something has actually happened that is actually just being described by somebody.
Absolutely. So they've got to get these plants into the War College wing of the academy. To do that, Caleb's got to wear the Magato mascot uniform, now embiggened for his big old body.
Yeah.
Caleb's got a big old birdie.
They do widen the thigh holes in the Magato costume.
He's got to go in there with a 3D printed eyeball that they were able to make out of a DNA sample they got out of Kelrick.
And I just want to stop and acknowledge that this is new Star Trek, is official. We did see a dangling eyeball.
Ladies and gentlemen, we did it.
So yeah, like you, I originally thought that we were removing people's eyeballs and ganglia, but it turns out pranks aren't meant to draw blood.
So the thing is, once they use the eyeball to bypass the security, they're able to lower the security grid so that Sam the hologram could get in there and shoots the viral spores under the gaps in the dorm doors. At the end of it, they got to beat feet and get the hell out of there. But Caleb can't get away because Tarima has caught him. And wouldn't this be a great time for some exposition during a moment where you just can't get caught doing a prank? You got to get out of there.
I wish he was calling her Tarima sometimes too. Like, and she'd be like, no, it's Tarima. And he's like, Tamara?
I'm going to do that 3 times an episode.
She can sense him right through his Mugato costume. That does not shield him.
You know the way Wynde can turn sick bay into six bay? I feel like she can do that with Tarima and Tarima. With me.
I believe in her. In catching him, they have this little moment in like a study room or something where she's like, yeah, I mean, you were a total dick to me when I was shooting hoop earlier, but I do feel like I owe you an apology for not telling you I was going to join the war college. And what you don't understand is that I did that for reasons that have nothing to do with you. Can you believe it?
Also, my basement flooding button is going off kind of a lot at the moment. A lot of people think this is doing something. It's actually just taking a measurement of
like the ambient
moisture. I'm actually pretty numb down there. So if I get a little pager vibration on my neck, it tells me maybe I'll want to put a book in front of myself or something.
She needs the discipline of the war college so that she doesn't accidentally psychically kill everyone. Having come from a place where all of the strictures and guardrails are put up for her, she needs to learn in becoming an adult how to be in control of those things all by herself.
Do you suspect that she's killing people? Like that's the danger? It's lethal?
I mean, it was with what's his nose?
His name is Tam Elbrin.
If that's true, it seems like she might be like Mind Rogue, where Rogue kills by touching you with her bare skin.
Yeah.
Like, this would be that.
Yeah.
See, Mind Rogue is way easier for me to say than Tarima.
Well, you could call her that. I think people would get it.
Syllabolically, it's just far easier for this stupid mouth to sputter out. You understand.
Yeah, I mean, the one Betazoid that we have to compare her to that had an issue with his abilities was Tam Elbrin, and he did have a string of bodies behind him, so...
We don't know if their pelvises were crushed or not, though.
Yeah, like, there was a lot left unsaid about Tam Elbrin, and... I mean, maybe that's what Tin Man was all about. Like, you know, it could make a chair. It could also make a hole. So, she goes red. She tells him, like, hey, you know, you're sort of a solo operator, but you're part of a group now, and they really like you. You should go enjoy that. Also, I just pulled the fire alarm.
Oh, no. Oh, no. So he and Cadet Franco need to beat it pretty fast. They got to get out to the Starfleet Academy wing so they aren't caught.
Yeah.
And at sunrise, we see the aftermath of their prank. This is like the end of Real Genius, where the popcorn pops and fills up the house and busts out the windows.
It really is.
And everybody wants to rule the world plays.
Yeah.
Like, this reflux plant is zooming all over the place. It's getting people out of their dorms. It's chasing people down the halls.
Hanging them upside down.
Yeah.
It's repeating all of their complaints as they have to evacuate the building.
Yeah.
Everybody from the academy has like gathered in the quad to enjoy watching this all unfold. And we learned from Commander Calric that the oversight committee has arrived, and also like nothing can be done about the plants because it's a protected species. So they have to let it like grow to maturity and then move it or something. Seems like they have transporters of tremendous power in this era. They could just move it somewhere.
The idea that we could return in episode 4 and the War College kids are going to be sleeping next to like boa constrictor sized vine plants. I don't buy it. I mean, I would love to see it.
Yeah. Curious.
Yeah.
So we get a little coda in Chancellor Ake's office where she's hanging out with Caleb, who's like, why did you inception that whole idea? Because like you gave us that whole speech scolding us, and it was full of all of the details we would need to complete this prank, this very original prank, when we now know that you were one of the original pranksters back in the day that did this legendary prank on the War College.
I was not expecting this conversational Aikido move here, which is like, yeah, I mean, I think pranking teaches life skills.
Yeah.
You stop being afraid and start thinking creatively and empathetically when your goal is to embarrass someone else. When you embarrass someone else, it means you're not afraid.
It's a very, like, I feel challenged by this in a way that I did not expect myself to feel challenged by the art and writing in Starfleet Academy. Like, the idea that, like, being patient is a value for making a strategy and empathizing with your opponent so that you can really fuck their shit up on a level that will affect them deeply personally.
It's so modern entertainment, though, to be like, we don't just need Batman movies. We need to understand the Joker's childhood, you know? Like, only by becoming a bully can you understand the bully. Weird take.
I really liked it. I like how chewy it is in my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that in that heist movie math, or like con artist movie math, where you realize that the grift has been happening since way before you realized it was happening. Like, you go back through this episode and think about all of the moments where Nala Ake was laying groundwork for her ultimate strike against Commander Calric and his team. It's some fucking Sun Tzu shit.
Well, I mean, when you bring up Calric, it makes me think, like, what exactly is the War College group of students supposed to learn from him surrendering? I thought that was a very strange thing to witness, too, in a scene that featured Nala Ake advocating for pranking as a way of losing what you're afraid of, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's an honorable surrender. Like, I think what I like about it is that this has run its course, and we were, like, bested in the terms of the prank war.
Mm-hmm.
But it also, like, does not mean that they can't do another prank, you know?
I do love that Counter Prank was so above and beyond and was such a escalation to the thing that everyone understands that there can be no counter prank to this. Like, we must stop it here.
Yeah, fair.
That makes sense. Like, the proportionality of it is so great that, like, to do that again on this is just, someone's going to get really hurt.
Yeah. Everybody gets Letterman jackets. Genesis gets the team captain Letterman jacket.
Did you ever wear one of these in school? I was never on a team that did Letterman jackets.
I wasn't either. I was on a rowing team, but it was independent. It wasn't like affiliated with my school.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're back to a letter that Cadet Franco is writing to his asshole parents, where I think it is very interesting that the character change that he has undergone in this episode is realizing that his parents are giant pieces of shit whose approval he should not be trying to curry.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And he is just shading the shit out of them in this new letter, talking about, like, maybe found family is a more valuable thing than pieces of shit that don't write letters back to you.
Well, I mean, that's a truth that folks that grow out of difficult childhoods often arrive at, like, maybe far too late.
Yeah.
Like, at least in college, this guy's grasping the idea that, you know, you can surround yourself with the family that you need that you don't have at home. It's a pretty great realization for him in this moment, for sure.
And that's the episode. Even the mascot gets a Letterman jacket, Adam. Did you like this episode of Starfleet Academy?
She'll always bring it home.
I did. I should say, as much as the first two I saw, I'm still like kind of, I'm still wait and see on this. we're a third of the way in. I like a lot of the potential of it. I like the genre-ness of this episode. Yeah, give us a heist movie in the first 3 episodes. Absolutely. The thing I keep chewing on is to what extent Nala Ake is opposite Picard. Because I can't help but watch every interaction she has with her students and play that side by side next to an interaction that Picard has with someone like Wesley. Like, if Nala Ake was across the desk from Wesley during the whole Culver Starburst thing that got someone killed at the Academy, I can't imagine Picard going like, next year's flight demonstration has got to be better than that. More dangerous. Show them who's boss.
Kill 2 or 3 cadets, not just 1.
Have Beverly film it. And I think there's a certain type of Star Trek fan that will fucking latch onto that and be like, not my Star Trek because this isn't Picard.
Yeah.
And this isn't a Picard style of education. And to that, I mean, I'm going to say bullshit because Star Trek is a place. But like, I still find myself, I don't need Picard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need Cisco. I don't need any of our past captains. But I do find myself hungry for like a leadership that is familiar in that way. Like a quieter leadership. And to just start off with bare feet and pranking is like, I kind of wanted to know this about her later.
This show is rubbing our nose in Holly Hunter being nothing like any of the previous captains. And
like every relationship you've ever made in your life, Ben, like I'm saying this for myself, I'm saying anyone, you don't get it all at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like the little idiosyncrasies that make a person interesting to you, that make them your friend over the long term, the barefoot in the office example of that, like you never know that on day one. You never know that after a couple of days. And yet like it's so front loaded with this stuff that I kind of wanted a little more restraint in that way. Like I want to be delighted by those surprises down the road, and that I'm not, and that I'm getting these so early makes me wonder if my opinion of Nala Ake is going to change over the course of the season, or if the attempt the show is making is to like get her set in concrete right away so that like we know who she is right away so that we can orbit our kids around her as they go through their changes.
I'm buying Nala Ake stock personally.
Okay.
Because I think that they've laid some groundwork that she has like a very like strong moral core, and that she's fucking weird and doesn't need anybody else's approval to be that weird. And I like what that says about like the freedom of the future and like your ability to just like let your freak flag fly even if you have an important job. Like that is not like a career limiting move to be an unusual person. I think that the like where the rubber will meet the road is when this ship gets out into space and we get into some dangerous shit and we see how things go then. And we saw, a little bit of
That's
that
a great point.
In episode 1, but I want to see more, like I feel like we know on the ground Nala Ake, and we're starting to like understand a little bit about her leadership style and how unusual it is in the scheme of things for Star Trek. But yeah, like I think the other side of it will prove whether or not my investment pays.
I just like to see you out there making Star Trek bets, Ben.
Oh.
Hey, just a little advice though. You don't have to bet so much. Like,
oh, really? Was that? Did I put down too much?
Long time, not a good time. Okay.
You know what, man? I am just not used to having these chips in my hand, and like the fact that it's not physical money makes it really hard for me to remember what any of them are worth. Are the red ones worth a lot?
That's all part of it, man. Yeah. All right, Ben. Let's go to the bar that is the Priority 1 messages and talk over what you need to do with those chips.
Let's do it.
Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
Ben, check it out. We've got a personal Priority 1 message here. It's from Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
It's to Katie. Here's how that goes. About 2.5 years ago, I said, have you ever considered going back to school for an MFA in Children's Lit? And you said, no, thank you. But the next day you said, okay, here are the programs I'll be applying to. They all start in 3 months. And now, bam, you're a literal master.
Wow.
I'm so proud of you and can't wait to see what comes next.
That rules. Good job, Katie.
That's what you get called when you get a master's degree? You're a literal master?
Yeah.
I guess so. I wouldn't know.
I think my grandfather had an honorary degree, and it says Master Architect on it. And he wasn't an architect, but that's a pretty cool thing to see written out on the piece of paper.
Yeah.
Master Children's Literarist, I assume is what they said Katie is now.
Amazing.
Maestro.
Imagine the young minds Katie will be molding.
Yeah.
As a master of them. Pretty great. Way to go. Congratulations.
Indeed. This next one is from Evelyn in San Francisco, and it's to Ben. It goes like this. I was heartbroken to hear of the passing of your beloved Darwin. It is never easy to lose our furry friends. I'm sure Dar is having a great time running around with my pooch Lucky in the dog park in the sky. I've donated to my local shelter in Darwin's honor, and I hope you find some measure of peace and comfort. Hey, Evelyn, that is really, really nice of you to say. For folks who don't know, about a month ago, Darwin got real sick, and we had to put him to sleep very suddenly, and it was super hard, and I'm still in the bursting into tears in line at the post office phase of the grief. So your donation to your local shelter is very deeply appreciated, and I'm sure they appreciate it too.
As an aside, Ben, just a heroic cold read by you. I don't think either of us saw that message coming for you in that moment.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Evelyn was referring to me as Ben.
Yeah, I was like, I know. And then, as soon as you started reading, I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, Evelyn's got a friend named Ben too. Cool.
Oh man, if you have a great emotional challenge for us in the Priority Woman message inbox, do your best. MaximumFun.org/Jumbotron is how you get the word out about a partner doing a great thing or a dog you love the most, and both ways and every way go a long way in supporting the production of our shows.
We sure do. Hey, Adam. What? Did you find yourself an Edward Larkin?
Edward Larkin! Yeah, I mean, anytime you do comedy as... I won't even say poorly. I think he committed to the bit. Jaden Craig in that hallway really ate shit comedically up there. But I like that he did voice work.
Uh-huh.
Like, he did impressions. I think he was physically good in that scene. Like, telling the joke. He wasn't just, stiff. He kind of... I don't know. He was loose.
Jaden had a bad bit moment, didn't he?
I think it's just that the joke was bad.
Yeah.
I think he gave it everything he could. But yeah, I'm wondering if we don't get an episode where it's like talent show at the Academy. And I swear to God, I haven't watched ahead, but I feel like certain people with comedy backgrounds on this show might be especially good at creating a show like that,
yeah.
An episode like that,
yeah,
where that's there. And I wonder if we get a Jaden stand-up redux down the road. That'd be pretty fun. But yeah, for now, how could he not be my Edward Larkin?
Yeah, after coming off of a conversation about how much he likes blood in his food.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jaden, hard to hear in this show, but when I do hear what he is saying, I am enjoying him quite a bit. So, yeah.
I want to say he was mixed higher in the first 2 episodes.
Maybe so. The sound seemed more compressed on this screener than it has, so it may be that the version of it that we saw, it was harder to hear. But
if they're normalizing it in that kind of way and it's an episode full of explosions, I wonder if it just squished everything else for that reason.
Totally.
Because this is a very explodey episode.
Yeah. Well, had a ton of fun talking to you about it, Adam.
Yeah.
We always end episodes of Greatest Trek with a segment we call Warning Bois, where we share with you some of the things friends of DeSoto are going out and saying on the internet about this show to encourage you to leave a nice review or to recommend the show on social media.
Prepare a buoy and launch it when ready.
Warning buoys.
An emergency buoy.
A warning buoy.
I can't wait to tell you about what I read on Apple Podcasts, Ben.
Okay.
5-star review straight out of Canada.
Okay.
From John158. This was recently dropped. This was just a couple of days ago, which means if you leave a review soon, we might get to it pretty fast here.
Yeah.
Headline, Greatest Star Trek Podcast. Here's what John says. This is quite simply the finest Star Trek podcast out there, and it isn't even close.
Fuck yeah.
With a mix of insights about the show and its construction, truly hilarious commentary, you just can't beat it. Just wait for them to do an impression of Kevin Uxbridge from Next Generation and tell me you kept a straight face. You can't do it. Anyway, true Star Trek fans should give this pod and their equally hilarious Greatest Generation pod a listen. You won't regret it.
Thank you, John158. That is so nice of you to say.
I feel like folks out there will hear that review read of John158's writing and be like, God, I don't have that much to say about a show I like. Pretty great review by John, but what I'm saying is just a sentence or two will do.
Yep.
Really helps boost us in the algorithm and ups the chances of you getting your review read on a show.
Indeed. Go leave a nice review. We'd really appreciate it, and it would help a ton. With that, we are going to leave the rest of the show in the capable hands of our producer, Wynde Priddy, who is going to tell you about what's coming up next week.
You can always hear what she's saying, right?
Yeah. Always perfect in the mix.
She's great like that.
Bye-bye.
Greatest Trek is an Uxbridge Shimoda podcast on the Maximum Fun Network. It's hosted by Ben Harrison and Adam Pranica, and it's produced and edited by Wynde Priddy. Next week, Ben and Adam will be back to cover Starfleet Academy's 4th episode. It's called Vox in Excelso. Until then, we want to thank all of the members who contribute monthly to help keep us going. Setting up a membership is easy at MaximumFun.org/join. And when you do it, you'll get instant access to all of the network's bonus content and a ton of new episodes that you can listen to from Ben and Adam in the back catalog. And of course, memberships do make this show possible, so we really appreciate and rely on your support. Thanks to Adam Ragusia for composing the theme music, and thanks to Rob Adler and Bill Tilley for working on the @Greatest Trek social media pages. You can find and follow those online, and be sure to use the hashtag #GreatestTrek when you post about the show. If you want to discuss this show with other FODs, go find one of the fan-run communities that are online, Facebook, subreddit, or you can join the Discord at drunkshimoda.com. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week on Greatest Trek.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
supported
directly
by you.